Yep. This actually happened. They rallied Wild Lion at over 2 billion power, and the skill damage onto the rally is so gross. Almost a million skill damage. 700,000, 900,000. This is an Eleanor with Yi Seong, and you'll notice the normal attack damage is only like 20,000, 15,000, because for a city, it's capped, but your skill damage isn't. So this is a crazy garrison designed to do a crazy thing. And if you're wondering, why are they rallying Wild Lion? Why would they do this? Because this was such a laughably, it was like it's very frustrating, but it was such a joke of a KVK that like they have so many troops left over that they can do stupid stuff like this and it doesn't matter. They're winning by so much. It is GG's. And I am bitter about it, but whatever. It is what it is. So this is a pretty funny way to wrap up our Kingsland, which ended in less than 12 hours, they called it. So sure, why not do this? Insane. I mean, I can appreciate the skill damage here is absolutely disgusting. So again, the thing that's being played off of here is the fact that normal and counterattack damage for a city defense is capped to a certain amount, regardless of how many troops you have. But the skill damage, I think it just scales and scales and scales and scales. So the premise for this garrison was to do so much damage they couldn't possibly fill through it. Like when this rally takes 1 million skill damage, that means if they had like 3 million troops in the rally, they're now down to 2 million troops in the rally, which is crazy. They're using Attila with Subutai, and I don't know if that's the best city rally. I don't know that you need the counterattack. Like maybe archers would be the best you could do, but I honestly have no clue. I mean, we'll show you the report in a second. I'll show you the gear, all the goodies, and it's just absolutely crazy, man. It is crazy. Boom. And boom. So much damage. Oh my God. And it went on for a while. You better believe that Wild Lion's hospital is full. There it is. Now we go to the report here, and let me jump in game to show this to you. All right, folks, you ready for this? Here it is. 3.3 million dead troops for Wild Lion. 23 million dead troops for 606 and friends. GG. The funny thing is that, by the way, we went and we spent all this effort and all this energy defending a flag to take out 23 million of their troops, and we lost 20 million. Okay, we went through all this effort and energy. We had a better defense earlier in the day that you know, had a nicer trade for us that I was helping garrison. But we went through all that effort, and in 3 minutes, okay, like literally like 3 minutes, rallying this city. That's some damage. That is some damage. And by the way, a bunch of that's AoE. Like, the Yi Seong actually did stuff. Imagine you're trying to fill that rally and you just get so decimated. Oh my God. Stratagems here. Do or Die does nothing. Breakneck does nothing. Martial talent, kind of relevant. Hymn of Heroes, yeah. And then counteroffensive and right back at you is what you kind of expect. Blood Temper, Do or Die, Pack Hunters. He's still in his swarm setup. Till I Fall, Far From Home. So this is, and then he switched out for Kind-Hearted. Hospital filled anyways, which is pretty funny. So yeah, if you're wondering what gear Wild Lion was wearing and like why these commanders, like it's very, 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 very intentional. This was the gear, except they had a, I think it was ring instead of the drums. and they used pendant. So I think it was ring and pendant. I feel like a horn actually would have been pretty legit too, but I think the expectation was that they might have been able to like 1 or 2 shot this sucker, which was not the case. And then these were the armaments. So pretty legit. I know it's showing Huo. The commander they used is Eleanor, and the reason is that she has instant proc damage, and it's extremely meaningful instant proc damage. You get to use the active skill all over again. So you're trying to just crank as much skill damage as you can. That's like the whole premise, all right? So if I pull up Eleanor, which I swear to you I am doing, there she is, right? 2,300 damage factor, actually not that crazy in this day and age. Just gonna throw it out there. But the ability to have that trigger all over again is pretty nutty. 10% chance whenever their garrison is hit with a basic attack to use the Lily of the Wild skill. That happens once every 10 seconds. So you get this bad boy all over again. You get some cavalry stuff. That's all fine. A damage boost, I guess. I mean, deal 10% more skill damage to its current target. I don't know. If you had the new garrison, that might have been a better pick, but it's still just 2,400 damage factor. So it's like not that crazy. You'd have to get a closer look. You could make an argument and say, well, like, what about Lapu Lapu? Would that have been better in this context? I don't know, man. I mean, I'm exhausted from a day of streaming, which I hope you'll check out. I'll have a card in the end screen for that. But Lapu Lapu, there he is. Right? So he does 2,000 damage factor and only 500 more if your target's a rally. So it's like, I don't think that's it either. Yeah, I mean, I can see why the Eleanor is like a pretty solid choice here. And then the Yi Seong, funny enough, is there purely for the 4th skill. That's it. That's the whole thing. He happens to also be a garrison commander, but 50% more skill damage boost. Boom. Big boom. Which is how you get to that like million plus damage number. It might be the highest amount of skill damage ever dealt in the history of the game in a recording. Maybe. I don't actually know. It's possible someone has done more, but I don't know. If you do, let me know in the comments. That was insane. Shout out to Wildline and Mr. Hope for sending that footage along. Well, the footage I got myself, I recorded it, but the report and the gear is cool to have. That is nuts. What is this? Dude, this is... Somebody joined. Somebody actually reinforced his city. How did they get there to reinforce his city? That's crazy. I mean, you could look at the battle log and like look at these turns and see the skill damage again, which is like 829,000 damage dealt in a single turn. Almost 900,000 damage dealt. Like, that is some damage. If we scroll through here, which should be pretty fast to find the single highest skill damage possibly ever dealt, is maybe this turn? Oh my god. Look at all this. All right, we launched a basic attack, and then there's the counterattack, Undying Fury. Where is the... Okay, Lily of the Wilds, 1.194 million. Oh my god. And Hunter is actually insane. Hunter is actually kind of nuts. The boost to skill damage when dealing direct damage to a single target, the damage is enhanced by 10%. Oh my god. Wow. Wait. Is that the single highest skill damage recorded in the history of the game in a single turn? Or do we have better in here? We might have better. Is it possible? Where is it at? I mean, the damage numbers are pretty crazy, but there's another million turn, but that's not as much. I mean, I think that might have been it. Someone said it was 1.4 million. This one's pretty close, 1.1. That's still not as good as the 1.2-ish we had, right? Yeah. Wow. Absolutely insane. You enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. This KVK, you know, it is what it is. We definitely lose this King's Land. What are you going to do, man? I mean, this was decided in the matchmaking and then the Diplo, so it be what it be. I'm ported in the starting zone to record the vid, but now I got to figure out what the heck I'm going to do in this King's Land, where, like, we still have land, but I think it's basically GG at this point. It's basically over. Oh, watch the stream. The card will be over here. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.